playthrough of Final Fantasy X. I'm just going to advance the storyline on. Nothing, just to get up to speed. I've just done a little bit of grinding down in the water there, attacking some fish, and now the next stage, nothing. It's just more storyline stuff.
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
Ah.
Huh.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here? Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here. Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
Oh, uh-huh.
So, isn't really much going to happen just now.
Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought.
Just...
Since when?
Just going to be a bit of storyline stuff, and then we'll get back control.
Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa, whoa!
Yep, Sin's here in the future as well. And he's going to suck Tidus in again. Is he going to take him further into the future? I suppose I better save the game again, yep. Right. And look, we're back in more water, but it's a bit more blue. More teal this time, and sunnier.
Riku!
And who are these people?
Blitzball!
Hey, you okay?
Hey!
Ooh, gravity-defying balls. So it's Mr. Quiffman. Now, before I move on to there, I'm just going to show you something. Swim off to the right, and there's a treasure chest here. And this treasure chest contains something called the Moon Crest. I will tell you more about the Moon Crest later on, but something you need for much later on in the game. But while you're there, you might as well grab it. So let's find out who these people are.
Yo! Things were starting to look up.
Boom!
You know amateur. Who you play for?
The Xanarkin apes.
And Riku just said not to tell anyone you're from Xanarkand.
I meant, forget that. I got too, close to Sin, and my head's all foggy, like. So, I don't know where this place is, or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you, but you're still alive. Praise be to Yemen.
Oh, they're doing that bowl thing that they were doing at the beginning of the
All
game.
right, back to practice.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot I skipped past that, so...
Coach and captain of the Besaid Island, brother.
skipped past that beginning bit, so
What?
you've
You
no
hungry?
idea what I was talking about there.
Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
But yeah, at the beginning of the game, while they were in Xanarkand, there was a bunch of kids doing that sort of ball thing that they just did there.
I felt like I could trust this Wakka, so I just had to ask. It's true Xanarkand was destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Xanarkand along with them. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me though, is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just as Riku said. Wakka and Riku couldn't both be lying. Why would they?
But you from the Xanarkand Apes, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying a team never existed, yeah? But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Wakka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I'd just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better. Maybe.
Right, finally, we're back in control. Don't think we need to do that to get our health back
Hey,
up,
it's
but
this way.
yeah, I mean, you can't go up that way just yet, but you'll find out about that way a little bit later. So we're going through here and we're going to do a bit more swimming, so there's a lot more underwater enemies, and got Wakka on the team as well. Boosh!
What's the big idea?
So, yeah, not really much else to say here than you're just going to fight more of those fish that you fought in the Badge Temple area, but there's a couple of treasure chests floating around, so make sure you grab them. Oh, and you have to press the... Oh, we're going to have to work for this. Ambushed, how bloody rude. Right, Stop that now. Stop biting me! Rude! I'm going to use the spiral cut now. Generally I wouldn't waste it on these. Waste a single hit overdrive on something like this, but with Tidus you need to perform the overdrive several times in order to get new ones. So I'm just going to do it here. And we get an overkill, so it's not all bad. So tell you a bit about Wakka. Wakka attacks with a blitz ball, and his initial sphere grid, ooh, nice overkill. His sphere grid starts with just move Tidus up and then get him strength +1. Not great, but we'll go. So Wakka starts out, his speciality is accuracy and strength, and he also starts out with dark attack. That's an attack that afflicts blind on enemies, so that's handy for enemies that are relying a lot on physical strength. So to start with, Wakka will probably be your sort of main debuffer, and his accuracy means he can take down flying enemies better. Right, let's get that treasure chest. Personally, I use Wakka a lot in my team, especially later on in the game. So for me, yeah, Wakka to me is one of the strongest characters in this game, because you'll discover a bit later he's got one of the best overdrives in the game. But I'll talk more about that when we get to it, which is a little bit later on. In the meantime, just all you can do is just swim through these fish and swim on to the next bit. I'm just going to rush through this bit. Normally I would sort of swim around and grind for these, but they're not particularly, they don't drop a lot of AP or any particularly useful items other than a couple of spheres, so I'm just going to plod on. If you really want to during these fights, you can use Tidus to put cheer on, so that you're more likely to get an overkill hit, but I wouldn't bother. So you'd need to get an overkill on them, you'd need to do quite a few. You need to do cheer quite a few times, so it's not worth it. Just plod on through. Yeah. So the best bit for a little bit of early grinding is coming up. So don't bother with these fish. I think there's another treasure chest in this area. Say one thing though, playing on HD does make the hidden treasure chests a lot clearer, because I'm so used to playing this on my PS2, so some things aren't always very clear, even within it. I'm playing this on an HD TV, and even with that it's still not particularly clear. Are you not moving forward? Oh good, a preemptive strike. Not that it really makes much difference. Because we knocked them out anyway. Oh yeah, Wakka's got a... Oh, we're not going to get to use it yet.
Let me go!
Got a favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
That's a good way to ask. Try and chokehold someone.
A major blitz tournament's coming up. All the teams in Spira will be there. It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then, you can go back to your old team, right? It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on!
Sure thing.
Of course he was going to do it.
Dude, our team is gonna rock, eh?
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only two things that Spira and Xanarkand had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
Okay. So I'm just going to run down to the village.
This is where I was born. I started
Besaid.
Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years, and we never won a game. Well, after last year's tournament, I quit. Time seemed right. So, after quitting, I got this new job, yeah? But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
10 years without a single win will do that.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey, hey!
So, you want to win the next tournament. Go out with a bang. So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do. As long as we play our best. If we give it our all, I can walk away happy.
No. If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play
That's
in a
the
Blitzball
spirit.
tournament, you play to win.
Victory? You're serious?
Not winning really has dented his confidence, hasn't it? So I'm just going to run down to the village of Besaid.
The one from the sea.
Be on guard. There are fiends on the road today.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, it would be a shame if something happened now.
Who are they?
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Huh? Crews of what?
What, you forgot that too? Hey, sorry. Don't worry about it. I'll help you out.
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
Cool. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. They got a lot...
Right, let's just go into the village. And once we get through a few more cutscenes, I'll stop the broadcast and start the next one up.
Besaid Village.
They got any food there?
We'll get you something over there later. Take a look around first. Let's see. The Crusaders' Lodge is over yonder. Luzu and Gata are usually there. All right. Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer, right?
Ooh, I don't know any prayers.
Of course I'd never prayed before in my life. Not that he would know that.
You must have forgot or something. Here, I'll show you.
And, ooh, it's that ball thing.
Go ahead, you try. Not bad. Okay, now go present yourself to the temple summoner.
Any blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the blitzball sign for victory.
Right. So, nothing really much in these villages. In this village, just try talking to a few people. They don't really say much exciting, so. But as you get later on in the game, as you get progressed through the game, do start talking to people a lot more because sometimes they give you nice items. This is a couple of Phoenix Downs, never hurt. And sell a couple of grenades. I can't really do anything with them just now. Sell a couple of potions because that was the good thing about farming those potions from that little glitch from an earlier video. And there's a couple of treasure chests here. Just got some nice items. So in here is if you want to use it as a hotel, but there's not really much point of a hotel when you can just use a save point to do all your healing up. Maybe later. So I think the only thing I've got to do, run into the temple and let another cutscene play. So I'll finish this broadcast after this little cutscene here. Yeah, and get used to that tune you hear in the background. That's called the Hymn of the Faith. And you'll hear it pretty much everywhere.
It was then, standing in that place, I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
So, talk to that guy. And there's a big statue of a man dressed in leaves.
10 years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Well, what's a High Summoner? I got too close to Sin's, toxin. It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men, or something like that, I figured.
Yep. Basically, Yevon's the big religion of this game. Won't say much more about it, because you'll find out more about Yevon as the game progresses. Okay, right, I don't really have much else to say, so I'm just going to check through here. I think see if there's a treasure chest, and there's not, just lots of scattered books everywhere. Okay, I think I'm going to end this broadcast and then start up the next one just before I do the next big thing. Thank you very much for watching. See you again for the next broadcast.